Tua Tagovailoa is just as, if not more accurate than Patrick Mahomes is one of the most blasphemous football comments we've ever heard. He has put the spotlight on Tua, and I don't know if Tua can live up to it, but I know this much. He damn well better.
I feel like he's going to sink. I hate to be that guy, but I just look at what he is versus what their personnel is. They got a bunch of vertical threat guys, Tyreek Hill, Waddle. They bring in Cedric Wilson. Obviously, they got the tight end there. Their running game is lackluster, even though McDaniel, the head coach coming over from San Francisco's specialty is the running game.
They just can't seem to help themselves, can they? Every chance that they get, it seems that the clowns at ESPN take their shots at Tua Tagovailoa. And you know it has to involve even the producers at ESPN who put these segments together. Imagine coming up with a segment where you put head clown Stephen A. Smith on a boat with Molly Gilligan so you can decide whether Tua is going to sink or swim. How contrived and completely corny. You know, when a producer puts these segments together, they must think to themselves, which female prop are we going to use today? And who's going to take the Tua suck side and who's going to say, Tua might be okay side? But let's talk about what Keyshawn Johnson just said. Obviously, they have no respect for people who watch these shows. They expect these people, they expect their audience to be completely ignorant. How do I know that? He just proclaimed that the Dolphins' running game was completely lackluster. That's pretty weird, because I'm pretty sure that as of yet, Mike McDaniel hasn't even shown his running game. You have to wonder what kind of cloudy crystal ball Keyshawn Johnson is looking at.
They've tried to replace him 3 different times already.
Let's see. How many times did Mike McDaniel try to replace Tua? Please do tell us, oh wise Keyshawn.
They took a strong look at Deshaun Watson until they realized, we might not want to get into that.
Who looked into Deshaun Watson coming to Miami? You mean the guy who's walking around a field in western Pennsylvania with a clipboard? You mean Brian Flores? That guy? You mean the guy with a made-up job because nobody else would hire him and he got tossed out of Miami? That's the guy who looked at Deshaun Watson? Come on, man.
But they still are not strong believers in Tua.
Oh, okay. Not strong believers in Tua. That's what you're saying? Mike McDaniel obviously got hired as a head coach 6 months ago. Of course, he spent a number of hours looking at Tua's game films, picking apart all parts of his game. And when he evaluated Tua's game film and practice film, what exactly did he find? Let's see, checks my notes and...
At what point did you realize, like, hey, this is how we're going to operate with the human that is Tua?
Dude, you're a top 10 draft pick. This just in, you want to be good. And, oh, wow, he's been what if he's confident while being in the club? The prerequisite club of the talent that you need to play the position and being a top starter of the NFL. He's in the club, so then where can we take him from there? That's all I see my job as. What things do I see that are really awesome about his game on tape, even though we're at...
Hey, he's accurate as heck.
Boom!
So Stephen A. Smith says Tyreek Hill spoke blasphemy when he talked about Tua's accuracy. But newly hired head coach Mike McDaniel evaluates Tua's game films, says the exact same thing way before Tyreek Hill even spoke it on his podcast. So sorry, I'll take Mike McDaniel's evaluation over that of the head clown at ESPN.
Tyreek Hill is coming from one of the top 2 to 3 quarterbacks in the National Football League to Tua now. It's not going to be the same. The off-schedule plays aren't going to be the same from Patrick Mahomes that he got. Now when you look at it, you say to yourself, okay, what week? Is it week 3 or 4 that all of a sudden Tyreek Hill, you're going to start to see the body language. I'm not getting the touches that I wanted to get.
When you watch this video and you hear Keyshawn Johnson talking, you have to wonder if he's channeling his inner self. You know, the gruntled receiver that he was, who grumbled and whined about everything and made it about himself. Think I'm lying? Go look up his story. Edify yourself.
They're going to be forcing him to football because of that. They've got to justify the money that they're paying him.
Let me tell you a little bit about economics. Newsflash, the Miami Dolphins have sold out Hard Rock Stadium for the first time in team history. The season is sold out for the first time in team history. How's that for ROI? But I'm sure Stephen Ross is more concerned about justifying Tyreek Hill's contract. But quick question, since he's the owner, who exactly would he be justifying it to? They really think you're that dumb. They really do. I post these media reaction videos so you have information that the ordinary ignorant ESPN audience member doesn't have. For instance, check out Exhibit C right here.
So will that take away from the growth of Tua? Because you can't have Tyreek Hill catching 5-6 balls thrown to him a game.
Last year, Tyreek Hill had his best year in the NFL ever. He caught 111 passes in 17 games last year. I wonder how many passes per game that is. I wonder how many, yeah, that's how many.
You can't do it based on the money and everything you gave up to go get him. So you've got to make him the number one target on your offense. Now you're taking away from everybody else.
Why does Keyshawn Johnson think that everybody thinks like him? Players play in a system. Mike McDaniel was hired on February 6th. The Dolphins made a trade for Tyreek Hill over a month later on March 24th. The Dolphins traded for Tyreek Hill, arguably the league's best receiver, knowing how Mike McDaniel's offense was going to spread the ball around. I'm sure they let Tyreek Hill know what kind of offensive scheme they were going to be running and how it was designed to get him the ball. And I'm also sure they told him who the quarterback was going to be. Knowing that, he signed with the Dolphins. Are you going to take the position that he only signed for the money? That's kind of insulting. You're basically calling the guy a liar.
So that's the biggest problem that I have. I just think that for him, he's in a bad situation. I really do.
So let me get this right. So what Keyshawn Johnson just said is that with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki, and a coach that actually wants him, Tua's in a really bad place. Please tell me how Tua is in a bad situation. And if Tua is in a bad situation this year, what the hell was he in last year? NFL paradise? These people on ESPN, for the most part, are actors. They're simply playing a role on a screen. You have to get sports woke and unplug from the ESPN matrix if you want to know what's really going on. They have an agenda, and that agenda is not about delivering the truth. I've talked about that and how they're just cultivating eyeballs. In the world of hot takes, this isn't truth. It's for ratings, solely for ratings. And what are they going to do when Tua balls out? I don't know. Let me know if you think Tua is going to sink or swim. I think you know how I feel. And with the entire slate of home games completely sold out at Hard Rock Stadium, I'm pretty sure how most of the Miami Dolphins fans think as well. But I want to hear from you. Is Tua going to sink or is he going to swim? Hey, this weekend, like every week in the Dolphins play, I'm going to do a live broadcast around the game. Go to dolphincast.com, dolphinscast.com, or just click the link in the description. And if you want to see any of my other videos about the Miami Dolphins, go ahead and click a couple right here. Talk to you soon. Fins up.